Welcome to Direct U.S. Immigration's channel, where you get direct access to our most up-to-date immigration and global mobility space. My name is Maitreya Brown, and I'm going to talk about an employment-based immigrant visa available for foreign workers with an advanced degree or foreign workers who have exceptional ability. You're not going to want to miss out on this. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Maitreya Brown, and I am a U.S. immigration attorney based in Washington, D.C. I'm also the principal attorney at Direct U.S. Immigration, where we work with clients in all 50 states and around the world. Before we start, click on the like and subscribe button to follow our Immigration Hub to get the latest immigration information that could be vital to your case. And also, be sure to stick around until the end to get an idea of examples of EB-2 interview questions. As you know, if a company is looking to hire foreign workers for its business, you should know that every year, the United States allows a fixed number of green cards for foreign workers who are needed by U.S. businesses to fill vacancies under this visa category. This process is complex and riddled with particularities, so today we're here to discuss this powerful immigration option for people with exceptional ability or advanced degrees so you can obtain a U.S. green card or permanent residence based on having a job offer from a U.S. company. So in this video, we will talk about the EB-2 category for employment-based green cards. The EB-2 category is the second preference of the U.S. employment-based immigrant visas. Through this category, you can be granted permanent residency and can live and work in the U.S. The EB-2 category has three subcategories, which are as follows. So the EB-2A visa is for advanced degree. The EB-2B visa is for exceptional ability, and the EB-2C visa is for the national interest waiver. Though each of these three categories has its own specific requirements, they all require expertise in their associated fields. You can apply for the EB-2 visa if you have exceptional ability or an advanced degree in a profession. The basic eligibility criteria are different for the three subcategories. So for the advanced degree, foreign workers with a degree beyond a bachelor's degree, so such as a bachelor's degree plus 5 years of work experience in the field, a master's or a doctorate's degree, or its foreign equivalent, does satisfy this prong. Now, the U.S. Department of Labor must approve workers in the foreign labor certification process. For the exceptional ability subcategory, foreign workers who have a degree and hold significant competence in one of the following areas, so generally art, business, or science, qualify under this category. And similar to the one before, the U.S. Department of Labor must also approve workers in the labor's foreign labor certification process. Now for the national interest waiver prong, foreign workers seeking to have the foreign labor certification process can waive this requirement because it is in the national interest of the U.S. to do so. So unlike the other EB-2 green card categories, these workers do not need an employer to sponsor them, and they may self-petition for an EB-2 visa. Immigrants seeking an EB-2 green card under the exceptional ability subcategory of the national interest waiver category must additionally meet at least three of the following requirements. So either have an official academic record of a degree relating to their field of exceptional ability, documentation of at least 10 years of work experience in the field, a professional license or certification, a salary that indicates that the person has exceptional ability in the field, and that's normally means a high salary, being a member of a related professional association, peer or government recognition of achievement in the field, or any other comparable evidence of exceptional ability. To successfully receive an EB-2 green card, applicants and their employers must follow a three-step process. The first step is for the employer who wishes to hire a foreign worker to file with the U.S. Department of Labor for permanent labor certification using the Program Electronic Management Review System, so the PERM system. This requires that the employer certify that a job opening is available in a specified professional field, that the job is also available to U.S. workers, that a foreign worker is needed, and that the pay for the job is at the prevailing industry rate. Now, your employer will need to undergo an extensive recruiting process to ensure that no qualified American workers are available to take the position. And going through this process correctly is key. So, as raising suspicion may trigger an audit from the Department of Labor, which could ultimately delay the processing time for up to, a year and a half. It really just depends. Now, if all requirements are met, the Department of Labor will issue a PERM certification, which is necessary to proceed to the next step. And please note that the EB-2 green card applicants seeking a national interest waiver may actually skip this first step. After the PERM certification is received, the employer wishing to sponsor a foreign worker for an EB-2 green card must complete and file Form I-140. And after the petition is received and approved, the applicant must wait for his or her EB-2 priority date to become current in order to eligible to proceed to the next step. And the priority date depends on when the application is received by USCIS and will be indicated on the receipt notice. The total processing time varies tremendously depending on your country of origin and the service center that processes your I-140. But on average, the petition takes over 6 months to process. Now, if you are required to get a PERM labor certification, that could take over a year. So to ensure the best chance to avoid triggering an audit, work alongside an immigration attorney. Now, if over 6 months is too long to wait for your I-140, you may want to consider opting for premium processing. Now, this is an optional feature that's offered by USCIS and shortens your petition processing time from over 6 months to 15 days for a fee of $2,500. Now, as said before, once that I-140 petition is approved, again, you will need to wait until your priority date is current. Now, for most countries, the date will be current as soon as the petition is approved. However, the dates may not be current for several years for nationals of India and China due to the large backlogs. So the only way to expedite this process is to port your green card petition from an EB-2 to an EB-1, which is no easy task, but don't worry, I do talk about this in another video. But again, after your priority date is current, you can submit your I-45 if you are inside the U.S. in order to apply for lawful permanent residence or for a green card. If you are outside of the U.S., you will be required to undergo an interview. It is essential to prepare for the interview before the actual date, and the following must be done before the interview date. A medical examination is mandatory for all U.S. visa applications to prove that the applicant is healthy enough to enter the U.S. Proof of vaccinations for certain illnesses is mandatory as well. So a licensed doctor should do the medical examination, and you'll get all information about where to do your examination and the necessary vaccinations from the National Visa Center. You can contact the embassy or USCIS on how to locate an authorized physician nearest to you. After the exam, the doctor may give you an envelope containing the exam results or send it directly to the embassy. If the envelope is given to you, do not open it. This is extremely important, don't open it. But you must bring it to your interview sealed, or you can mail it to USCIS if you are actually applying within the US. You will need to be sure that you have all the required documents and that they correspond with the answers you've entered into your petition and every other form that you've submitted. Also, if you've changed your address since you began the process or changed your marital status, you will need to notify the immigration office. Now, the guidelines and the required documents may vary among different embassies, and it is essential to review the instruction page of the embassy you are applying through to be sure that the specific items required for you are listed and that you actually bring them. So for example, many embassies don't actually allow you to bring your cell phones to the interview, so making sure that you have this key information is extremely important. The embassy of the immigration office in charge of your case will notify you when and where to appear for your EB-2 visa interview. It is important to prepare for the interview by gathering all the necessary documents ahead of time. So during the interview, an officer will typically ask you questions about your qualifications, job history, background, and other details relating to your application. Now, your answers must align with the information you submitted with the application form. Now, if you're filing for family members, they too must attend their interview if within the age range of 14 to 79. The embassy or consulate will either approve or deny your immigrant visa application. If approved, the embassy will stamp your passport with the EB-2 visa stamp, and if denied, you can reapply at a later date. Now, if you are inside the U.S. and you received a denial and you feel that it is incorrect, for many cases, you can either do a motion to reopen or you can appeal the denial. And of course, that depends on each case, but generally those are your options. As I promised, here's some bonus information that you may not know about. So as the interview begins, the officer will go through your file and begin to ask you questions about your documents and your forms. And this is to ensure that your answers match the information on your application. Now, the questions are asked on a case-by-case basis and will most likely be about your biographic information, your job, your qualifications, or your employer. Some of the usual EB-2 visa questions you can expect to include are questions about the organization that you're working for, your qualifications, training, and past job experience in your career, whether you are still going to have the same job, salary, and role as mentioned in your I-140, or of course, if there have been any changes, and also your admissibilities such as previous arrests, convictions, immigration violations, or any misrepresentations that that they believe may be on the form. I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe if this content or information helps you in any way. Comment below if you want me to talk about something in specific, and share this resource widely because you never know who needs answers to these questions. Additionally, if you have any specific questions about this video as they pertain to your unique circumstances, please schedule a consultation, also at the link below, and I will see you in the next video.